What if the future of a young nation depended on one man's vision of money and power? That was Alexander Hamilton. Born in 1755 on a small Caribbean island, Hamilton rose from humble beginnings as an orphan to become one of America's most influential founding fathers. His brilliance caught the attention of George Washington, who made him his trusted aide during the Revolutionary War. But Hamilton's greatest legacy came after the war. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, he laid the foundation of America's financial system. He created a national bank, stabilized the nation's credit, and pushed the United States toward becoming a modern economic power. Hamilton's bold ideas often clashed with Thomas Jefferson, who envisioned an agrarian republic, while Hamilton dreamed of a strong, industrial, and centralized America. Their rivalry shaped the nation's first political parties and set the stage for debates that still echo today. But his life ended as dramatically as it began, killed in a duel with Aaron Burr in 1804. Yet Hamilton's vision lived on, building the economic backbone of the United States. Alexander Hamilton, the immigrant orphan who became the architect of America's financial future. His story proves that even from the humblest beginnings, one man can leave an unshakable mark on history. Alexander Hamilton was born out of wedlock on the island of Nevis in the British West Indies. His father abandoned the family and his mother remarried, leaving young Alexander to be raised by his stepfather. Despite these hardships, Hamilton excelled in school and caught the attention of a wealthy merchant named John Beckley. Impressed by Hamilton's intelligence and ambition, Beckley offered to pay for his education if he would work in his business for several years. However, this arrangement ended when Hurricane Maria ravaged the island, destroying Beckley's business and forcing his retirement. Though devastated, Hamilton was determined to make something of himself. With the help of a local printer, he published a newspaper to raise money for his education. The venture was successful, and he used the profits to enroll in King's College, New York. There, he studied law and philosophy, graduating in 1774. As a young man, Hamilton joined the Sons of Liberty and became a vocal supporter of American independence. When the Revolutionary War broke out, he served as an aide to General George Washington. During the war, Hamilton's organizational skills and attention to detail made him indispensable to Washington. In 1779, he married Elizabeth Schuyler, the daughter of a wealthy New York family. The marriage was a political as well as a personal union, strengthening ties between the Washingtons and the Schulyers. Throughout the war, Hamilton continued to serve Washington, playing a key role in planning the war effort. After the war, he turned his attention to the newly formed United States government. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, Hamilton was responsible for creating a stable financial system for the fledgling nation. He established a national bank, which was the first step towards a centralized banking system. Hamilton also introduced policies to stabilize the nation's credit and encourage economic growth. One of Hamilton's most controversial policies was his support for the establishment of a national bank. He believed that a strong central bank was essential to the nation's economic stability. However, this idea was opposed by Thomas Jefferson, who feared that a national bank would give the federal government too much power over the economy. Despite the opposition, Hamilton's vision for a strong central bank ultimately prevailed. Under Hamilton's leadership, the nation's credit was stabilized, and the economy began to grow. His policies helped to lay the foundation for the United States to become one of the most prosperous nations in the world. Despite his many accomplishments, Hamilton's tenure as Secretary of the Treasury was not without controversy. His policies were often at odds with those of President Thomas Jefferson, leading to a series of political clashes. The debate between Hamilton and Jefferson over the role of the federal government in the economy led to the formation of the first political parties in the United States, the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans. While Hamilton's Federalist Party advocated for a strong central government, Jefferson's Democratic Republicans favored a more limited role for the federal government. This political divide ultimately culminated in the famous duel between Hamilton and Vice President Aaron Burr. In 1804, Hamilton and Burr dueled, resulting in Hamilton's death. Although his life was cut short, Hamilton's contributions to the founding of the United States are undeniable. His vision for a strong, centralized government and a stable financial system helped to shape the nation's future and set the stage for its growth and prosperity. Do you admire Alexander Hamilton? What do you think of his accomplishments? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating historical tales. Thanks for watching. See you next time.